It is Chris Repka here with his coach, Cristian Chirila.
Thank you, Alejandro. Yes, we are here with a very happy victor of the round. Chris, 4 out of 4, such a dominant display in the first part of this event. How does that feel?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I didn't expect this even today. I really don't know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. It's one of the best moments of my career.
Well, I'm going to quiz you. Do you know who else started this tournament with 5 out of 5 3 years ago?
No idea.
Your coach, I did.
Oh, really?
I started with 5 out of 5, so that's your quest for tomorrow. Chris, take us through the game.
All right. I even forgot right now what the opening was. Okay, French. See, so now I can't. My coach Cristian is always telling me that I shouldn't play French. So I'm really happy that I won this one. This is a tricky line. This is new, and I feel like there's a lot of options for both sides. And I was really happy because I picked the option that I think my opponent wasn't prepared for, because after h5, the typical response is h6. But I knew that knight f5 is also one of the options. But everyone usually plays h6. So I chose to play knight f5. I was hoping I would get him out of prep. And I think I did, because he was thinking here for 10 minutes. He played the right move. Bishop f5 is a good move. But now I think white is supposed to play h6. And after g takes h6, cd4, if I'm not mistaken. And it's some kind of a bishop e6, knight c3 game. It's crazy, but white is slightly better. But I thought that it looks like black is better in the position, because I have the g file, I have the attack, and if he doesn't know the line, then for sure he's not gonna go for it, because I wouldn't go for it with white, and that's exactly what happened.
It's good logic.
So he took on f5. He did not play the move h6. He played knight to c3, and I feel like this bishop to g5 was a very crafty move. Were you surprised by his response f4?
I was, because I was looking at it, and knight e1, knight e2, usually those are the types of moves that lose you the game, but not in the French. In French, they often win white the games straight out of the opening. So I was a bit worried. I knew that I'm probably objectively fine after castling, but I was really worried about rook g3.
I think rook g3 was giving white the advantage. After bishop g5 or before?
Now.
In this line?
Now. So I was worried, and I knew that bishop g5 is probably not the best, but I really didn't want to be under such an attack. Even if this is objectively good for black, I don't like it, because h6 is hanging, and that's why I played bishop g5. And I was very happy he didn't play rook g3, because I felt like that's a good move. My idea was to play bishop c1 and rook c1 and castle, and even though I'm strategically worse here than I was before, I felt like he will at least not mate me, and it's a game. Queen d2 maybe, and maybe I have to play something like king h8. But I thought that this is okay.
Still a very long game.
I thought that I'm okay, but maybe I'm not. Maybe white is just better. I don't know.
All right, but f4 happened, and where did the big mistake from him come?
I think f4 was a big mistake, because now he has no attack, and his position doesn't make sense. His last couple of moves, knight e1, knight e2, don't make sense in this setup.
I agree with that.
And after that, it felt like a slow build-up for you to just optimize your pieces. And he was really looking for that breakthrough, which never came. Well, it came, but unfortunately at great cost.
I think he was supposed to play knight g3 instead of g4. And I think the position is very interesting. Maybe queen a6 is a small mistake. Now f5 is hanging, but even if he takes on f5, I usually have a counterplay with queen f1.
What was your move? What was your prepared move at this point after knight g3?
I actually wasn't so sure. So I always have the option to play g6, but that looks terrible. So I was thinking about bishop f8, but that might be losing. I don't know. Knight f5, queen f1. I was gonna calculate this. I didn't know what's going on.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm certainly not losing. My pieces are active and it doesn't seem like I'm getting mated. But
Interesting sacrifice. And he decided to go g4. Were
Yeah,
you surprised by this move?
very surprised. I think I'm a bit fortunate in the last few rounds that it seems like my opponents are really trying to beat me, even when they could play without, like, this is a very risky move. My opponents are always choosing to play these risky variations. And I definitely felt like g4 shouldn't be possible. His pieces are on e1 and e2, and his bishop on c3 is not doing much, so I didn't really think that g4 could work.
And indeed, it didn't. It felt that the build-up actually only helped the black, especially after he gave up the bishop on c3. And then you just kind of cleanly cruise to victory. Of course, this seems already quite hopeless for your opponent.
Chris, congratulations. A dominant victory, a dominant display up to this point. Well, good luck in the rest of your games.
Thank you.